With all the colleges that bards have, why are none of them dedicated to dragons? You're telling me they can sing about swords and they can dance around pretending to be monks, but they can't, imitate the magical power of dragons. It's Dragon Week, which is this year's Monster Week, courtesy of Pointy Hat and Ginny D, which is an event designed to help us all work together to create cool stuff for D&D. Hello, my name is Jason, and this is a Dragon's Horde. This week, I'm going to be making the College of Dragons bard. Well, I'm going to be sharing it with you, I've already made it. So, throw in some breath mints and let's get to it. The College of Dragons is an incredibly secretive version of the bards because it's invite only. There are only specific adult dragons that will be willing to share their songs with bards and allow them to use them in battle, which makes it pretty hard to get into. The power it offers is worth it though, because it allows bards to infuse their words with draconic might and bring some of that power to themselves and even their friends. Let's go over the features. At level 3 you get Draconic Charm, and Draconic Charm gives you the AC boost that is there with Draconic Sorcerers, but it doesn't give you the health. Instead, it gives you advantage on any checks you make to persuade or intimidate other beings. This is to represent the charm and fear that dragons can invoke. Draconic Verse not only gives you Alter Self, Dragon's Breath and Summon Dragon at the appropriate levels, but it also lets you use an action in your Bardic Inspiration to effectively mimic Dragon's Breath yourself, spewing out elemental damage of your choice, which becomes stronger as you level. Not only that, but this has an extra effect in which it grants you a Draconic Claw attack that you can use in melee, which uses your Dex modifier. At level 6, your Draconic Charm gets a buff. At this point, enemies get disadvantage on saving against your fear and charm effects. This makes this more of a combat ability rather than just a roleplay one, and I think it's a nice fit, and again, I really do feel like it's thematic. The main ability at this level, though, is Draconic Chorus. This allows any creature with your Bardic Inspiration to roll the Bardic Inspiration die and add that to their damage, but also change all of that attack's damage type to one of the 5 core chromatic dragon types. It helps you and your team work around different resistances and weaknesses, and I think it's fun. If they have your Bardic Inspiration, they can also use a reaction to halve the damage of any damage that's coming in of that type. Only for one attack though, I don't want it to be too busted. Level 14 is the subclass Capstone, and I think it's a beauty. Draconic Finale allows you to really do justice to the majestic creatures which you sing songs about. Once you've used your Draconic Verse attack, the breath attack that I talked about at level 3, you still get your claw, but this time you get a bunch of other benefits as well. You gain a bonus to your AC, which can help deflect attacks in general. You can roll an additional damage dice with the claw, so it does more damage. And you can also attack a second time with the claw, which is fun and means you can play more of a melee combatant. Oh, and wings. Of course you get wings. You have to get wings. It's dragons. Dragons have wings. This form lasts for a minute or until you're incapacitated. So it's kind of like your own rage. It's at level 14. I don't think it's powerful enough to break the game. I think it's good enough, personally. This being at level 14 means that not everyone's going to see it, which I think is a shame. But if you know you're playing that far along, at least you've got something to look forward to. The aim with the subclass is to act as sort of a middle ground between the Valor Bard and more typical mid-range, long-range bards. You want to be throwing down potentially a melee range, certainly at level 14, but even before then, it allows you to deal with AoE attacks with groups that are kind of close up, and I think that's something that the bard can sometimes struggle with. Also, just dragons. Come on. If you ever use this in a game, I'd absolutely love to know what you think of it. While I am a bard in one of the games I'm playing in, I'm unfortunately too far in to switch subclasses, plus it wouldn't fit thematically, which is a real shame. My stupid, charming himbo of a bard simply would not make it as a dragon bard. Next week I'll be back to doing a monster again, because apparently I'm on a monster kick. But in the meantime, if there's anything you want me to homebrew or you've got ideas for and you don't know how to make them real, feel free to drop them in the comments. Otherwise, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.